So next question is something called grace. So the grace, the word grace is called, in Sanskrit, it's called krapa. In English, the psychologists, they use the terminology called synchronicity. Okay. Synchronicity means, what is synchronicity? In life, we see a cause and effect. They call it karya karana sambandha. So if there's a painting, there must be a painter. Okay. If there's a watch, there's somebody who has manufactured the watch. The cause and effect is there. Without cause, there's no effect. That's called karya karana sambandha. There are many things which happen in life where there's no cause and effect relationship. Effect is seen. The karana is seen. Karya is seen. Karana is not seen. Cause is not seen. Effect is there. In English, they call it luck. Oh, yeah, luck, yeah, he got a lottery. Okay. In Sanskrit, there's a word called luck. There's nothing called luck in Sanskrit. There's nothing called luck. It's called adrishta. Okay. Adrishta means you are seeing the effect now, but cause you are not able to see. Cause happened many lifetimes back or sometime back. There is a cause. Nothing happens without a cause and effect. Adrishta. Adrishta means seen. Adrishta means not seen. Effect is seen, but cause is not seen. There's nothing called luck. Hey, he's so lucky, yaar. So he is lucky because he had some good punya. What punya he did, he doesn't remember, but it was there. It's called karma sambandha. Karma. Okay. So the karma sambandha also become rananubandha. Some lifetime, I have to give something to some person. So this lifetime he comes and he steals something. All right. So then we call it as accident. Okay. Either we call it as luck or accident. What we call as accident? Something I don't like, they call it accident. Something which I like, call it luck. In Sanskrit, both are called adrishta. The cause is not seen. Okay. So there is a story of Duryodhana, Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra is the king. He lost his 100 children in the Mahabharata war. He was a blind king. He cries to Krishna, why did I lose 100 children? So Krishna says, 50 lifetimes back, you were a hunter. You burnt a tree. All baby birds died. And mothers cursed you that you also will see your children dying. So then it said, 50 lifetimes back. It should have happened. Result should have come immediately. So then Krishna says, yes, you should lose 100 children. But to lose 100 children, you need to have you should have 100 children. 100 children an ordinary person cannot have. To have 100 children, you should have good punya, good merit. That's why it took 50 lifetimes to acquire good merit. You had 100 children and 100 children died because of curse. So there's a cause and effect. So 100 children dying is what we call as miserable. 100 children, getting 100 children is called punya. Punya and papa have coincide sometime. So we don't know the cause. We know the effect. So that is a causal relationship. Everything in the world, in the Vyavaharic world, there's a causal relationship. Karya karana sambandha. Okay. Sometimes we are not able to see the karya karana sambandha. Some boys see the girl and love at first sight. Why they love? I don't know. Right? Why the boy loves the girl? We don't know. Right? Why did you marry this person? I should not have married this person. Okay? Why? At that time it looked good. Right? That's why it's said, marriages are made in heaven. Okay? You don't understand logic here. Marriages are made in heaven. Heaven means there's a karma sambandha. Okay. Something you have to give or take, which you don't know, they're coming in this lifetime to give or take. It's called runanubandha. Runa means loan. Some loan is there. Loan has to be settled. So for settlement of loan, they'll come. Then you'll actually feel connection. Okay. So all runanubandha, adrishta, karma sambandha, they all keep in a transaction level. So it go on in lifetimes, many lifetimes. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi jadri jatashayanam. It keeps on recurring like a dream until you come out of the dream. Right? So this follows the law of karma properly. You may not know the cause. So somebody you are marrying and you are troubled by the marriage. Okay. Why did I marry this fellow? Last lifetime you don't know what you did. That's why in Hinduism we say 7 lifetimes I'll be together, because it takes 7 lifetimes to get all these relationships settled down. Give and take, give and take, give and take. One lifetime it doesn't happen. Okay, only if you go work for mukti and get liberated, then you will get out. Otherwise, it will continue. So one lifetime you will be husband and wife. Next lifetime, husband can be wife, wife can be husband. So it can be reverse also. This is called runanubandha. Everything runanubandha, everything happens in the karmic cycle, transaction world. But there's something beyond this. We'll never have a clue. So something happens in your life, which is, there's no cause and effect. It's called acausal. That means there's no cause. It's causeless. It's called acausal because you can't find the karma. So there's no karmic relationship. Okay. So acausal means there's no cause and effect. Cause is not there. Effect is there. Right? So one acausal relationship is guru and shishya. The guru, the love and compassion of guru is acausal. There's no cause. He will shower his teachings and love to the student. Whether the student shouts at him, abuses him, doesn't respect, he keeps on giving. It's acausal. The cause effect is not there. It's out of compassion and love. But mother gives to the child, mother gives love to the child. There's a cause and effect relationship. I am the mother. A guru's love is universal. It's acausal. It's called mercy. Okay. Mercy is always acausal. The compassion is acausal. But mamakara, attachment to the child, is causal. Okay. So there are some acausal things happening in our life. Acausal is called grace. So in Sanskrit, gravity is called gurutvakarshana. Okay. Gurutvakarshana is the word used in Sanskrit. Gurutvakarshana is gravity. All transaction reality, karmic relationships are in the force of gurutvakarshana. They are in the earthly force. They are in the domain of earth. You're born, you grow up, you settle into karmic relationship, you take a birth. You are not gone beyond the force of gurutvakarshana, the force of gravity. But acausal, causeless thing can happen in your life. That's called grace. The grace takes you from away, uplifts you from gravity. Why? You don't know the cause. You have no idea what caused it, because it's not a cause and effect. The cause and effect chain is broken. The karmic cycle is broken. Right? For example, a person is suffering from poverty. He doesn't have money. Okay. He is begging food. So one day a rich man comes and gives you 500 rupees. So do some small business. I'll teach you how to do business. He'll do the business. And he's earned some money. Now he's come out of beggary. So rich man's giving 500 rupees, we can say because of karma sambandha, or we can say acausal. Cause is not there. From the person's beggar point of view, there's no cause. It's acausal. It's a grace. So the grace has uplifted him. If the rich man has not uplifted him, he'll be still stuck in the poverty. So that way, Many Sadgurus, Santas, Mahatmas, they show a causal mercy. There's no reason they should give teaching. They are peaceful. Why should they struggle to give the teaching? What is the point? So Buddha spent 40 years, day in and day out, teaching, begging food. There's no reason. After enlightenment, he can go and sit in the cave. His mercy is causal. Shankaracharya, after his enlightenment, he didn't sit at one place. He traveled all over India, establishing temples, establishing mutts. It's a causal. And that's called a causal. It's called grace. So I cannot find why did I get this. Okay, no karma can bring me this. That's called a causal mercy, a causal compassion, a causal love. So mother and child love is causal. I am the child, I give birth to child, causal effect is there. But Guru and Shishya, there's no a causal. The love of an enlightened master to the universe is a causal. Acts are a causal. That's why they're called acts of grace. Grace will uplift you. Is it clear? So now, the grace is showered by such an enlightened being because he's universal. He's with one universal consciousness, Ishvara or Brahman. Many times, there are many things happen in our life which are a causal. Okay? Which are a causal. But we don't notice them because we are not here and now. We are somewhere. So I showed you two videos about many synchronicity. In Western psychology, it's called synchronicity. There are different incidents of synchronicity happens. For example, in my earlier house, I was teaching in the first floor or outside hall. So then I was referring to a book. In my house, there are about thousands of books. A small book of one pocket-sized book. So I said, I will try to find it out. Somebody asked, can you show me the book? I tried to find it. I go and switch on the light. Where do I search? It's thousands of books. It's not categorized. I opened the door. Tuck, the book fell. Out of thousands of books. Exact book. This is a causal. I didn't locate the book. Book fell. Right? So there are many things. It's called, we call it grace. Meeting of your Sadguru is a causal. It is not arranged by you. Causal relationship is because of me. Okay, a causal is not because of me. Who does that? Universal consciousness, Ishvara. Okay, you have no clue. So that's why it is said, you cannot find a master. You'll never be able to find a master because if you find a master, it will be causal relationship. Okay, master will appear in your life when you are ready. And you don't know when you are ready. No, when I'm ready, I'll find a master. No, you don't know when you are ready. So that's a causal beyond your thinking mind, beyond your ability. Is the universe higher consciousness? Use that. So these are called meaningful coincidences. There are coincidences in life. So meaning, it makes a meaning in your life. It changes the direction of your life. That's called grace. Okay. So, for example, suddenly something falls in front of me. Okay. So then I see a bird flying. Bird flying is a coincidence. And this something falling in front of me is coincidence. But it's meaningless coincidence. It has no meaning to my life. But there are many, many meaningful coincidences in life which turn our life, change our life. That's called grace. The divine hand, unseen hand, guideth. That is true, especially when you meet your Guru. Before meeting your Guru, you don't know he's a Brahmanishta, Shrotriya, you don't have any way of evaluating him. Okay? But universe will make sure that it happens. That's how I met my Guru Master. That's why I have met many saints. It's not because I could do it. If I do it, it's causal. It happens in spite of me. So in that video, they use many examples of what we call as synchronicity. Synchronicity is coincidences, meaningful coincidences. Meaningless coincidences, we don't call it synchronicity. Meaningful coincidences which have a significant impact on your life. They're called grace. Right? So one of my students gave an example. They were preparing for a lecture, and the lady had to quote from Ramakrishna Paramahamsa's life. She said she doesn't have a book. Okay. Then she talked to her friend. Do you have the book? The friend said, no, my book is there at my father's house, which is 20 kilometers away. It'll take time to get it. No, I didn't need the book urgently. Then let me check in my pile of books which my father-in-law has left. There are pile of books which father-in-law left. She tried to open there. There was one book which was in a covered condition, packed condition. When bookstore, when a book, what do you call it? When you get from a shop, no, you'll get a book in a packed condition, not open. It was lying there for many years. She opened that, exactly the same book what she's looking for. Then, surprisingly, when they give the book, they put a bookmarker. The bookmarker was put in a page where exactly the same story where this lady wants to refer. These are called grace. These are called synchronicities. So what happens is synchronicity and grace will strengthen our faith in the higher level reality. They are windows. Okay. So now the question is, oh, grace comes in only special people's life. It doesn't come in my life. Only special people will receive. They must be lucky fellows. No. Grace is always there in everybody's life. But you are not there to recognize it. Your mind is constantly in the past or future. Okay. So you are not in the present moment. Your present moment awareness is dull. The present moment awareness is very important. So you have to live in the present moment. Then you have to live a life of surrendered life. If life is surrendered, means whatever is a blessing of God, grace is coming to me, a good situation, a bad situation, there's something for me to learn. If that you learn, do, the present moment awareness and surrender will open up grace. You'll start, grace will showering in your life. Actually, it's now showering, but you are not able to recognize, you are blind. Your mind is in the past or future. What is past or future? The ego only takes from the past and projects the future. Ego wants to have continuity from past to future. Right? Ego wants a continuity from past to future. It wants a predictability. Okay? Surrender is uncertainty. Grace is breaking the predictability. Grace changes your life. U-turn. But you don't want U-turn. You want a straight line. That's the ego. So the grace is very important in life. Meeting your husband or wife is karmic sambandha. It's a cause and effect. Okay? Cause and effect. It's called runanubandha. But meeting your guru is grace. And guru's teaching you understanding is grace. And the company which you have, satsanga which you have, is grace. Please understand in life. Okay? No two people can be there for long-term friends and relatives. After some time, they lose interest. There's no common interest. Right? There's nothing common to discuss. Each person will take his own life. But if you are in satsanga, the company is lifelong. That's grace. And in any relationship, there's a give and take. I scratch my back, you scratch my back. If you don't scratch my back, you're not my friend. In satsanga, there's no scratching of the back. It's always I look for what I can give to you. That's grace. Satsanga is grace. Sadguru is grace. Shastra is grace. Scripture is grace. It is universe coming into your life. Any questions for anybody? Is it clear? Gayatri,
Very
Mala?
much. Very much, Guruji. Very much. Adrushta.
Huh.
Adrushta.
Adrushta is not grace.
ಅಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ ಆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ಗುರುಜಿ ಅಂತ ಆ
ಅದು ಕರ್ಮ.
ಅದೃಷ್ಟ.
ಅದು ಕರ್ಮ.
ಹಾ
Grace is not karma.
ಹಾ
Grace is not cause and effect at all.
Okay.
Grace breaks the cause and effect chain.
Okay.
Right? It is the God becoming compassion of God showing on you. There's no cause and effect.
Beautiful Guruji.
Are we clear?
Yes Guruji.
Yes, Gayatri, Satyavati.
ಹರಿ ಓಂ ಗುರುಜಿ. ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಶಿಪ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ನೋ
ಹಾ.
ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಶಿಪ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ, ಬಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬ್ರೋಕನ್ ದ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್. ನಾನು ಕಾತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ 37 years ಇಂದ thick ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಶಿಪ್ ಇದೆ.
So
ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್
that friend,
strengthening because of the satsang.
I will tell you that's because of satsanga.
ಅದೇ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದನೋ ಶುರುವಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದನೋ ಬಂದು ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸತ್ಸಂಗ್, ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಶಿಪ್, ಸತ್ಸಂಗಿ.
So that actually is because of your not karmic relationship. It is because of your dharmic relationship. Satsanga.
ಅದೇ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ಇದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರನೇ ಅದು ಶುರುವಾಗಿರಬಹುದು.
ಹೌದು.
ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಅಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಟುಗೆದರ್. ಅವಾಗ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅನ್ನೋನ್, ಅನ್ಕಾನ್ಶಿಯಸ್.
Right. So somebody saying they are lucky. So that's not lucky. It's all adrushta. Adrushta means good karma.
ಬಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದೃಷ್ಟ ಜೊತೆ ಗ್ರೇಸು ಇದೆ, ಅದಂತೂ ಖಂಡಿತ. ಗ್ರೇಸ್ ಗುರುತಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ.
Yeah. So adrushta and grace, and also another causal relationship. There's one more thing happens. Okay. In causal relationship, the cause comes first, effect comes later. In adrushta, in grace, the cause can come later, effect can come first, and cause can be changed. It can be reverse also. Time reversal can happen. Say, for example, many of my students come back. So they had a question yesterday. Okay. Even before they asked the question, I started giving the answer today. Which came first? Question came first or answer came first? They didn't ask the question. Right? So the cause and effect, or the what is it? The grace flow is not dependent on time flow. It can break the limits of time also. Understand? It is said that if somebody is a Gnani in a family, his past 7 lifetimes will get benefit of Gnana, and future 7 lifetimes will get benefit of Gnana. That means his Gnana goes and affects the past. Understand? So the time in the cause and effect is time dependent in our transaction world. The grace is not time dependent. So is it clear to all? Any other questions? Pratibha? Vasuki?
Oh, Guruji, beautiful.
ಹರಿ ಓಂ ಗುರುಜಿ.
Hari Om
ಗುರುಜಿ
Sandhya.
ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಾಲಾ, ಭಾಗ್ಯವಂತರು ನಾವೇ ಭಾಗ್ಯವಂತರು.
ಯಾವ ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಇದು?
ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಯಾವ್ದಾಗತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ನಾವು ಭಾಗ್ಯವಂತರು.
ಭಾಗ್ಯವಂತರು ನಾವೇ ಭಾಗ್ಯವಂತರು, ರಾಜ್ಕುಮಾರ್ ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಅದು.
ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಗುರುಜಿ, ಬಟ್ ನಾವು ಭಾಗ್ಯವಂತರು ಗುರುಜಿ.
Very good.
ನಾವು ಭಾಗ್ಯವಂತರು.
ಹರಿ ಓಂ ಗುರುಜಿ.
Yes, Sandhya.
ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಲ್ ಗ್ರೇಸ್ ಸದ್ಗುರುವಿಂದ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ, ಟರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇದ್ರು ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರದಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ.
ಯಾರು
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗಿನ್ನ
ಯಾರು ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ?
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇವಾಗ ಸದ್ಗುರುವಿಂದ ಈ ಗ್ರೇಸ್ ಸಿಗವಾಗ ಅವ್ನಿಗೆ ಯೂ ಟರ್ನ್ ಇದ್ರು ಅವ್ನ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ನಿಗೆ ಈಗೋ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ. ಅವ್ನು ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ಏನೇ ಒಂದು ಹೇಳವಾಗ ಸದ್ಗುರುವಿಂದ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋವಾಗ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವನದು ಕರ್ಮ ಇನ್ನ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತನ ಹೇಗ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು?
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಗ್ರೇಸ್, see, anything in life, right? If you have to receive, you have the ability to receive it, no?
ಹೌದು.
Right? If sun gives the light, sunlight, but can a blind person receive it? Huh?
ಹೌದು.
To receive the grace, there should be certain amount of maturity to receive the grace, no? Does the sunlight give light to only people with eyes? It gives light to everybody. A blind person cannot receive it, no? If there's a grace in your life, you should have ability to receive it, no? If your ability to receive is not there, how will it change your life?
ಹೌದು ಹೌದು ಗುರುಜಿ.
Right? You are so strongly egoistic, you reject the grace because you are depending on your own ego.
Okay, Guruji.
Yeah. So there's no perfect maturity for any person. Okay. So perfect maturity, grace will keep on coming. It is not that you have to be perfect to receive the grace. So it's like this. A child is trying to walk. Okay. It walks one step and falls. How many? Only one step. The mother will clap, encourage child. Oh, beautiful walking. My child has started walking. The child has not walked. Child has only one step. Right? That one step is sufficient for the mother to clap. Correct?
Yes, Guruji.
Similarly, one good karma is sufficient for the universe to give the grace. You don't have to do very big good karma. Okay, universe wants to encourage the child. Right? See, there are people in our social relationship, right? If you do 100 things good to one person, but if it tells one bad thing, that person will never forget it. Okay? Whereas the God or universe will forgive your 100 bad things and look for one good thing and give grace.
Yes, Guruji.
Understand?
Yes.
Okay.
How it affects the past, it will affect the future, we'll understand. From after the grace, he will become, he will do satsang and think right. How it will change or how it will
No,
impact the
it is
past?
no, it's not how it will impact the past. The question is, will grace impact the past? Okay. So I'm just giving an example, okay, not accurate example. So there is a person who had a disturbed relationship with somebody. Relationship was disturbed because of last 10 years or so, they don't see face to face. So this person receives the grace. Okay. And this person has become peaceful. This person doesn't go and talk to that person, but that person comes and starts talking to this person. So our past is changed. I'm giving an actual example, right? Understand? So now grace has gone and changed the past condition. The both will not know, but already the past is also affected. Is it clear to Gayatri and everybody?
ಗುರುಜಿ
Yes.
ಈಗ ಸಂಧ್ಯಾ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ವಾ, ಗ್ರೇಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಬಟ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ರಿಸೀವ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಂತ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಟ್ರೂ, ಹೌದು. ಬಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಗ್ರೇಸ್ ನ ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಕರ್ಮ ಆರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅದು ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್
ಅದೇ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮೆಚೂರ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು.
ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟ್ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀವಿ, ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಬಟ್ ಅವರು ಇಫ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ಡ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅವರ ವಾಸನೆ ಹೋಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ they don't recognize is that recognize it as a grace coming in their life.
Correct.
That is their karma only playing.
Their karma, see, basically their karma makes them eligible for grace. But grace is not because of the karma.
Correct. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಗೇನ್ ಆಸ್ ಯು ಸೇ, ಈಗ ಫ್ರೀ ವಿಲ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು, ದೇ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸರ್ಸೈಸಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಅಪಾರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ರೀ ವಿಲ್ ಟು ರಿಸೀವ್ ದಟ್. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಆ ರೀತಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಗುರುಜಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಇವಾಗ ಅದೇ ಈಗ ಮೈ ಓನ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಮೇ ಬಿ ಫ್ಯೂ ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಈ ತರ ಬಂದಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ನಂದೇ ಒಂದ್ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಿದ್ದೆ, ಮೇ ಬಿ ಐ ವುಡಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ರಿಸೀವ್ಡ್. ಬಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದ್ ಸಣ್ಣ ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ ಬಂತು. ಬಟ್ ಅದೇ ಈಗೇನ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಏನು ಅನ್ನೋ ರೆಕಗ್ನಿಷನ್ ಇಂದಾನೇ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಅನ್ಮಾಸ್ಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ದ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗೋದೆ ನಾನು ಅನ್ನೋದು ದಿಸ್ ಫೈನಲ್ ಟ್ರೂತ್. ಇನ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಯಾವ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಕಲ್ತ್ರೋ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂಥನಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಮೀ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ರೈಟ್.
ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಮಿರಾಕಲ್. ಹಾಗೆ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ಗ್ರೇಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮಿರಾಕಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. So grace is actually called magic moments of life. Okay. If you look at your life, there's a turning point. And that turning point comes in your life because of grace. In my school days, I was not performing well. I was very dull. One day, one teacher came. She came to there was a regular class teacher. Every class teacher was to blame me. He's useless fellow. One day, one period, the teacher was not there. A new teacher came. Her name is Vanajakshi. I remember her now also. So she came as a spare teacher for the class. And she talked to me and she appreciated me. Such a wonderful kid. And that appreciation just changed me. From that moment, I started shining. My nervous system got changed. My memory became sharp. One moment of this thing, that's called grace. I didn't ask. I didn't expect. I was not deserving it also. Right? Okay. Any more questions on grace? Otherwise, we'll close questions on grace. Yeah. Final getting rid of me, dropping of me is ultimate grace. So you cannot drop me because it's not there. It's appearance. You cannot drop a appearance of a snake. You have to understand this appearance. That's dropping. Okay. So we'll close this question. Yes, Satyavati. Yes, you want to say something?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಅವಾಗ್ಲೇ ನೀವ್ ಹೇಳೋವಾಗ ನಂಗೆ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸರಿ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಒಂದು ಇಫ್ ಎ ಜ್ಞಾನಿ ಇಸ್ ಬಾರ್ನ್ ಇನ್ ಎ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ 7 past and 7 future ಏನೋ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ. I couldn't hear that properly, Guruji. Just
so
if you can.
It is said that if there is a gnani born in a family, his past 7 generations will get a benefit of gnana, and his future 7 generations get benefit of gnana. Are we clear?
Okay, so ಆ past ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ.
All the past 7 generations, they would have born somewhere in some loka. So those people will get an effect of gnana in that loka and that places, wherever they are.
Oh, okay. Past also.
Past also.
ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ವಿ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಗುರುಜಿ.
Okay.
ಖಂಡಿತ.
So we'll stop this question on grace. Any other questions?
ಗುರುಜಿ,
Yes.
7 generations ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಅಥವಾ ಅವ್ರ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆತರ ಆಗತ್ತಾ, ಅಥವಾ ಈಗ ಗಂಡನ್ಗೆ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಡತಿಯಿಂದ ಗಂಡ ಆತರ
ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಸಂಬಂಧಿಕರು, ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತವೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ.
ಓಕೆ, ದೊಡ್ಡ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಗುರುಜಿ. ಒಂದು ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗೋಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಅವಾಗ.
It's a big network. Okay. So fine. Stop this question.